The yearbook class has been working busily to complete the yearbook. Stephen Massey took a look at the students in progress and files this report.
Yearbook. A vital part of Friendswood High School is produced every year by students in the elective yearbook class. This year, there are 14 total students in Ms. Grafton's second period. They must work together to complete the yearbook before the end of the year. The class is packed with work. Students must design layouts, take and crop photographs, and come up with ideas for layouts. They also follow a calendar of strict deadlines. Senior editor Joe Boeding describes the class.
I'm editor of the yearbook this year, and it's a lot more work than I thought it was ever going to be because you have to make decisions for the whole school and hope, you know, that they're all going to like it, the decisions you make, because you have to decide the cover and what's all going to go in it and stuff. And I think this year it's going to be really good. We have a lot more things planned for it that we've never had before, and hopefully everyone will like it.
The school year is coming to a close, and the yearbook is nearly completed for students to receive after the summer. This has been Stephen Massey, MCS News.
For the past week, classes such as tennis, dance, swim team, and Mr. Hahnemann's trainers have been taking CPR. This week they have been working on anatomy and how the heart works and heart attacks. Next week they will be working hands-on training with the mannequins. The students are going to be giving the dummies mouth-to-mouth resuscitation and other things such as the Heimlich maneuver.
The broadcast journalism classes had a special guest speaker Tuesday during 5th period. Dave Ward, anchor at Channel 13, spoke to the classes about television and radio broadcasting, the growth of television production, and careers in the field of media communication. He answered students' questions concerning courses in communications, what an actual newscast is like behind the scenes, and even a few anecdotes about Marvin Zindler off the scene.
Tuesday, after school, Wranglerette officer tryouts were held for the 1991-92 season. 8 junior Wranglerettes practiced both before and after school in order to prepare for the tryouts. In order to try out, each candidate had to complete a notebook, choreograph a solo, and then perform a solo, and a group high kick, jazz, and strut routine. The officers were announced at the Wranglerette Banquet held at Lakewood Yacht Club Wednesday night. Next year's drill team officers will be Grand Marshal Karen James, Marshal Amanda Farnsworth, Sheriff Kathy Silkey, Deputy Sheriff Kim Mullins, and Deputy Robin Dari.
Yesterday, JV and varsity cheerleading trials were held in the girls' gym. These trials were held in front of the judges only. The cheerleading candidates were required to perform both a group cheer and an individual cheer. The trials were taped and will be replayed for the entire student body tomorrow at school during homeroom. After watching trials, students will then vote and the results will be announced 6th period.
The FHS choir banquet was held last Friday. The banquet was held at the dining hall at the Village on the Park Retirement Center. The evening started with a meal provided by Village on the Park. After the meal, students were acknowledged for their achievements throughout this year by Ms. Quevedo, who is the choir teacher.
Each week we have tried to set up a live remote, which means we have a reporter at a distant location away from the studio. We have gone everywhere from the auditorium to the band hall. This week we're going to have a stretch our limits as we go live to Adam Hill about 20 feet away. Adam?
Thanks, Glenn. I'm all the way on the other side of the room here at the MCS studio. My purpose is to talk a little bit about Friendswood Update. Friendswood Update is currently finishing up its 12th year. Many hours of reporting and production go into each and every show. Thursday, live at 5, the broadcast students go on the air with the latest news, sports, and weather. I went behind the scenes and took a look at the pre-production and to see if some of the students plan to make their career out of this job. Friendswood Update consists of VOs, VOBs, readers, and packages like this one. At 8 a.m. in the morning, talents are required to go to the studio to shoot teases for opening titles. A total of 16 positions are required to be filled in order for a full show to take place. Jarrod, what are you doing right now?
I'm editing this package over the teacher-student tennis tournament.
What is a package?
A package is something with us talking in a track, and then it has some video over it and some bites, which is an interview with somebody.
I'm typing in a VO for the show.
What exactly is a VO?
It's where the announcer talks over video.
Many extracurricular hours are put into this class each week. We talked to some of the students who plan to pursue broadcasting as a career.
Yes, today I plan to further my education at Sam Houston State University for 4 years and hope to get a better grip on sports broadcasting.
I'd like to work in a TV station someday. I think it'd be kind of fun. This is a fun class. You get to do a lot of things. You get a lot of experience.
Yes, I do. I do plan to pursue this as a career. I'd like to be a producer of some type in television and video. And I plan to go to Sam Houston State University next year. Give them heck Bearcats.
The overall focus for Friendswood Update is to give a broadcast quality report on the happenings in Friendswood. This is Adam Hill, MCS News. Now I'm in the technical room of the MCS television studio. This is where all the technical work is done. Here at Friendswood, it's said that we have a better quality studio than most colleges. In this room, the director does his directing. Stand by VCR. For example, John Dawson is now going to tell the playback operator, Steve Massey, to roll the VCR so you can see these messages. Go ahead, John.
John Dawson, working hard to bring you the news on Friendswood Update. It's television just for Friendswood.
Now with today's junior high report, here's Jamie Jen. Jamie?
Thanks, Brandy. Members of the Academic Pentathlon competed against 17 schools on May 15th at Dobie High School. The 8th grade team consisted of Meredith May, Alana Brown, Jamie Jen, Jason Kiat, David Ulbrich, Keith Kelly, Udaya Amte, Dinah Miller, Rebecca Waring, James Kao, Michael Arrington, and Jamie Giles. James Kao placed first in Scholastic Math. In Social Studies, David Ulbrich placed 5th, Alana Brown placed 9th, and Amy Giles placed 10th. Both Jamie Jen and Alana Brown placed 7th in essay, and Alana Brown scored 1,000 points in the Super Quiz. Some 7th grade students were also in the pentathlon that took place on May 5th at Dobie High School. The 7th grade blue team members were Kevin Faulkner, Electra Rose, Eric Betchtold, Aaron Kress, Brittany Goldsmith, Charlene Bushani, Marianne James, Rebecca King, and Clinton Ritchie. The white team members were Indy Weejay, Anna Charles, Paige Levitt, Andrew Graff, Daniel Knight, Wendy Ward, and Rachel Dreyfus. 7th grade medal winners were Daniel Knight in Social Studies first place and second place in honor essay. Marianne James placed 3rd in essay and 2nd overall, and the 7th grade blue team placed 3rd in the Super Quiz. All future 7th and 9th graders could have obtained a free physical required by the schools to participate in sports. On Tuesday, the free physicals were given at the Friendswood Medical Arts Clinic. Students received the physicals according to their grade and their last name. All students wishing to participate in sports who did not get a free physical must get one from a family doctor before the season begins. All boys planning to try out for athletics will have an opportunity to take a physical on May 16th. It is a requirement for any 7th or 9th graders or students new to the junior high or high school to obtain a physical before entering athletics for that year. The physical will take place at the Medical Arts Clinic at 505 Friendswood Drive. That's it from the junior high. Now let's go to the Weather Center with Jennifer Waltner. Jennifer?
Thanks, Jamie. First, let's take a look at the weather across the nation. Up in the northwestern part of the country, they've experienced some rain showers. Moving down into California, it's been mostly sunny. In the central part of the country, they've been having lots of rain showers lately, and that moves down in through Texas. Also, on the eastern part of the country, it's mainly been clear, a little bit of cloud cover, and down in Florida, it's been partly sunny. Now looking at the highs of the country. Up in the northwestern part of the country, they have highs of 60s, moving down into California with highs of 80s. Down through New Mexico and Arizona and Texas, they've had highs of 90s, and up here in this region, they have highs of 50s. Over on the East Coast, they mainly have highs of 80s, and down in Florida, they have highs of 90s. And now for our weather fact. Record highs for Wednesday. Aiken, Ohio had a high of 91 degrees. Washington, D.C. had a high of 88 degrees. And Green Bay, Wisconsin had a high of 87 degrees. That's weather for today. And now let's go to the sports desk with Jason Candy. Jason?
Thanks, Jennifer. The Hobby Hilton was the site of the 1991 athletic banquet on Monday. The program got underway at about 6 o'clock, and as promised, here are some of the highlights. Mingling was up first. The dinner, then the main attraction of recognizing the varsity athletes and trainers took place. Several awards were given out, such as Matt King as the best male tennis player, John Dawson the most improved football player, Jill Boeding was the best cross-country female runner, and that is just to name a few. Asa Swinson won the Marlene Kennedy Award as the Outstanding Lady Mustang. Edward Bernard won the Marine Distinguished Male Athlete. Jamie DeBoard and Maggie Thomas were acknowledged as the Army Distinguished Athletes. And rounding out the night was Walter Smith being named as the Most Outstanding Male Athlete.